Hi guys, it's Olivia here from Olivia's Catastrophe, and today I'm here to do a video where I recommend 6 Black booktubers to you, and I'll also be recommending them and you guys 6 black books which are either new releases or are going to be coming out very soon. It means I haven't read these books myself, but all of these are books that I want to read, and I want to give you books that you can read now but also books that you can read a bit later on down the line when they come out, so that you can keep supporting black authors. All of these booktubers are either ones I've known for quite a while, or they are ones that I've recently stumbled on and have been enjoying their videos, and they should all be under 1,000 subscribers, so do go and show these small booktubers some love. The idea for this video was from How to Train Your Gavin. Gavin did a video where he mentioned 8 black booktubers, and I think it was a great way to show support, and I just want to pay it forward and pass along my support to some other black booktubers and black authors at the same time. So the first booktuber that I want to recommend to you is Luxurious Blue. Shane has some really good videos. He's someone I've just recently discovered, and I really love the way he talks about books in detail and also how he talks about the community, and he's just very upfront and honest, and I really appreciate that. So you should definitely go and check out his videos. And for him I'm recommending The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta, and this is one waiting for me on my Kindle and I cannot wait to read it. It's also Pride Month in June, so I tried to include as many intersectional black books as I possibly could. The Black Flamingo is about this boy who is a mixed race gay teen, and he is just trying to come to terms with what that means for himself, and he wants to feel better connected to himself and like find his own identity. And when he goes to university he ends up blending in with this group of drag queens, and he really finds himself in the drag community there, and it's just about him. It's basically an origin story of a drag queen, and it sounds like it's going to be great. It's also a novel in verse, and I really have been enjoying those a lot lately, so I cannot wait to get to this one, and I think Luxurious Blue might enjoy it too. The next black booktuber I would like to recommend to you is Thistle and Verse. She reads a lot of science fiction and also some fantasy, and I really enjoy all of her review videos. She goes into a lot of detail and they're just a joy to watch. I would recommend to her The Song of Wraith and Ruin, which just sounds absolutely fantastic. This one is by Roseanne A. Brown, and it is the first book in what is going to be a duology. It's based on West African folklore, and we follow these 2 characters. One of them is a princess who is grieving, and the other is a refugee, and in some kind of situation they end up paired against each other and trying to murder each other. So if you like that kind of enemies, murdery, actiony kind of book, but also with the emotions of a grieving princess underneath, I think this might be one for you, and it sounds like it's going to be one for me. The next book that I'm going to recommend to you is Tea Time with T Reads, and Talani is someone who I've just recently got to know, and I really enjoy her videos. She reads a lot of different books, so I think she goes into young adult, but she's also got some new adult romance in there, and I'm going to recommend her a new adult romance book, and that one is going to be called Finding Joy by Adriana Herrera. I've read nearly all of Adriana Herrera's books, and I really love her romances, and in this one we're going to be following these 2 men who have a romantic story set in Ethiopia, I believe, and one of them is someone who's struggling to reconcile their past and their history, but they end up going to Ethiopia to do just that, and the other one lives in Ethiopia and would be like dumb if he didn't take this job offer that he's got in the US, but he's really struggling with the idea of leaving behind his home and his community and where he feels like he belongs. These 2 people cross paths, and I think there's going to be a romance. There's going to be a lot of unpacking some emotional pasts and futures, and that's what Adriana Herrera really does well in some of her other books as well, so I'm very much looking forward to reading that. If you check out her backlist, she's got other romances, and she's also got an FF novella, and I think she's got another book, but I just don't know about that one yet. Then I'm going to recommend you KJ from Opalescent. KJ reads so much. She reads like adult fiction, young adult, manga, graphic novels, and she doesn't only make bookish videos. I've seen videos about drawing, I've seen videos about art, and I've also seen videos about anime, so if you like any of those things you might enjoy some of her videos. She's just a really great presence. And for her I'm going to be recommending Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. This one is absolutely everywhere. We know Elizabeth Acevedo, but we're still going to read her next book because it also sounds pretty fantastic. This is a novel in verse and it follows these two girls who live in different places, and a plane crashes which has their father on it, and up until that point they didn't realise that they had the same father. So in this grieving process, and when they're both grieving, they get to realise they have a new sister, and they're trying to find their way and navigate through this new discovery and these emotions that they are feeling. And it's told in dual perspective. Again, as I've already said, I'm loving novels in verse, and this sounds like it's going to be such a good read. Then I'm going to recommend Tin from 10 Minute Book Reviews. She does very in detail book reviews and she reads very diversely. She reads middle grade as well as young adult and adult, so a little bit of everything. We love that. We love to see it. For her, I'm going to recommend Felix Ever After. I don't know if this is quite in her category, but it might be something that she might want to branch into. This is one that I've actually started reading today, even though it wasn't on my TBR. But yes, this one is Felix Ever After by Kaysen Callender, and in this one we follow a transgender queer black man, and he just wants to find love and feel love, but what happens is at the school where either he works or goes, I'm not entirely sure from the synopsis, somebody leaks a pre-transition photo and things end up spiraling from there. I haven't read that many trans narratives and I am very much looking forward to reading more of that because I also need to work on educating myself, and I'm very much looking forward to reading this one and, well, getting deeper into it. And last but not least, I want to recommend R. Alexandra. So what she does is she does book reviews, but she also pairs it with food, and it's called Flavor in Fiction, and she takes something inspired from the novel and then she will make it. So for example, she recently did one about a raisin in the sun, and in this book they mention eggs, so she made a devil's egg recipe, and she gives you the recipe and shows you how to cook it while she also talks about the book. And for her, she reads a lot of adult works as far as I can see, and I think that she would also enjoy this one, which is called Black Sunday by Tola Ritini Abraham. And this one is set in Lagos, Nigeria, and we're following a family unit. There's a mum, a dad and twins, and when the mum recently loses her job and the dad keeps on gambling away the family's money, and the family starts to get interested in this church, which seems to be a bit on the cult-like side. The twins are wondering how are they going to navigate the financial problems that they're experiencing and whether the church is going to be a big part of their life or not. I feel like this could be a very interesting one. It's always good to get books that are set outside of the US and the UK because lots of books are often set there, and I feel like it could really do something interesting about church communities, maybe cults. We'll see. I am very curious to read this book and see what I think of it. So there you have it. Those are 6 books that I really want to get to. They're recommendations if you're looking for more black books with black characters by black authors, and there are also some black booktubers you should definitely check out. I'll have links to all of them down below. I also want to do a little bit of housekeeping. So I do bulk film my videos and I film them ahead of time. I've got all of my videos for June pre-filmed and ready to go out, and I think I'm going to keep posting because editing and putting videos out there is just one of the ways that I relax. I enjoy doing it, and it's good for escapism and getting my mind off of things. If you want to escape into some of those videos that are coming that will not be mentioning the events that are happening at the moment, feel free to do so. In June, all of my videos are going to have in the description box down below links to places that you can donate and links to resources. In the description box of this video I'm going to be linking all of those booktubers. I'm also going to be linking some other black booktubers who have other resources that you can use, so you can definitely check them out for more recommendations, and a buddy read that Shay is doing and various other things. I'll link that all down below. So thank you for watching this one, and please let me know in the comment section down below if there are any other black booktubers who are small, who are big, that I need to be watching and checking out, that other people need to be watching and checking out. Let's support them in this time. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more, and don't you forget to hit that notification bell to be updated every time I have a new video. And you know what they say, onwards and upwards, Black Lives Matter. Excelsior!